My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here. Today is August 17th, 2023. It is 3:31 a.m. This is my first recording since I came back from vacation, and I've been very lazy. Yesterday I could have recorded, but instead I stayed behind the computer. I think I was just gathering those footages that I took while we were on vacation. And instead of focusing on tweets for you guys, I was literally around that time I was up behind my computer. Okay, I was focusing on the damn snake and a bear. Okay. I was focusing on the damn snake and a bear. I was looking for the clips that has the bear and the snake for you guys. And actually there's one snake I missed and I forgot to share it with you, but many of you don't care about that. I was just, you know, messing around, but I was not in the mood to record at all. Okay, so let's get going. I have about 7 tweets that I left which I did not record before I left because I was really in a hurry last minute, and then I had to redo some other videos that I had scheduled, and then once it became public, for some reason, I don't know why, the audio was not working. I think sometimes what happened is that when after I finish edit the video, I go on my son's computer to have it rendered, okay, to put everything to become one file, right? And while the thing is rendering, he's playing his game and his in the computer. So I don't know if that sort of mess up with YouTube setting or whatever, but when I listened to it before I upload, it was fine. I will not upload something that wasn't fine. So that's the second time that happened. And then once I upload it on YouTube, I'm usually busy doing multiple different things. Sometimes I even upload it, I go out, take care of other things, and then come. It was a mess. I was not expected to redo at least 2 videos, and for some reason, I do not know how, but literally as I was stepping out the house, I keep on checking, you know, I packed stuff, I do all sort of things to take with us for the vacation, and I let the thing run. And I said, if by the time I'm leaving it's not it doesn't upload, I'll just stop it, and when I come back I'll just do it all over again. Literally, when I'm done with everything that I needed to do, the thing was uploaded. It was done. I shut the computer down, shut the network, everything. And that's why you don't see any thumbnails for it, because I didn't have time to make thumbnails. But you guys get to see the video. But I need to go back when I have time to, like yesterday, I could have done some of the thumbnails, but I was not in the mood to focus on any work. I didn't even go on Twitter throughout the I mean, I did, and I saw something posted, took screenshot, posted on my community board, and then I was out. I was not really onto Twitter at all, and I think every little time that I had, I was watching videos about the Trump thing. All right, so that took my time as well. So let's see how much I could do. I probably will have a video for my Our Part of Pure Service channel. If you guys not aware of it, I have another channel that focus on charities. So all of the Invictus things that we saw, and I think some, let me see. All right, so let's get this out of the way. This is my back end, and I took a screenshot of something similar to that nature when I came back, and to share with you the estimate revenue. Okay, it's stuck on 200 now. Before it was around the 300, but now it's going further down. I had a video, at least one video while I was gone. Okay, let's look at them. I forgot, when did I go? Alright, so my snake video got 567 views. That's not bad, because this is not the type of videos for the squad, but I put it just to annoy some of you. Because some of you say you're not about snake. Alright, so this is one of the videos that I had yesterday. The main video, it has close to 2,000 views. Okay, the other one, well, I think that was the day that I came back, the 15th, it has over 1,000 view, and the others, you know, close to 1,000. Okay, and there's this, the 10th, I think that's when I left. Okay, it has over 1,000 view. Okay, so I had something going on while I was gone. Okay, and I'm actually good until the 19th. I think that's what I was so lazy yesterday, because I knew I had a video already. So I have a video up to the 19th. Alright, so whatever I'm gonna create will be for the 20th and the so forth, so on. Alright, so I do not know why. Let's go to analytics. I'm stuck at 200, and for whoever is new, I try to have at least one video a day. Alright, so check my channel. Even if you don't get notification, check my channel to see what I have for that day. Okay, I try my best to have at least one video a day. I do not do live streaming like some of the squad do, because sometimes I say a lot of things that need to be verified and checked and all of that. So I don't do live streaming. So I will, like what I'm gonna do later today is go on Twitter, see what they're talking about, and then edit it until, and then schedule it until the next following video that I have. Okay, so check my channel every day. This is a backup channel. Soon I will go back to my main one, Pure YTE, and this one will be somewhat of a backup. For instance, if my main channel was working, the snake video will not be on my main channel. It would have been on this one, which it is, but this have turned and morph into the main channel because the other one is demonetized. Okay, so keep that in mind. The main channel is Pure YouTube Entertainment Team Sussex. All right, and I usually call it Pure YTE or something like that for short. All right, so let's get going. How should I start this? All right, this was the one where I left off with was it byline investigate. I did not have time. Maybe I'll leave it for last. I'll come back to it, and after I do all the other tweets, and come back to that. Okay, the special investigation, and this is part 8. I didn't even know this. Did I do 7? Maybe I did. When I was doing 6, and I was like, oh, we're up to 6, and then I think I did 2 of the byline articles and 1 video, I think. But this one I'm gonna leave it last. Okay, I'll come back to it. Okay, and yeah, let's leave byline for last. And then we have these. I'm probably gonna leave this for last as well. When Nacho, some of you already know about that. When Harry, that was the day I was leaving, and I did not have time to record these. All right, so I think I put these on my community board, so you must be aware of them. So if you guys want to know about the tweets and stuff like that, this will be on my other channel. So I'm gonna leave this for my other channel, our part of Pure Service. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This including 6 that's old, and then we have new one regarding Invictus. There's the trailer. I believe that's the trailer. Okay, some of you must have seen it with the squad's channels. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. To give you a hint, this will be on my our part of Pure Service. Okay, so I'm gonna leave these alone, and that'll be video 2, and then video 3 will be the special investigation regarding byline. Okay, so let's get going with tweets regarding the squads. Okay, and I need to be up to date as well. All right, that was a quick overall of what's going on and where I left off. And check my our part of Pure Service for the Invictus things. Alright, so this I saw when I first turned on the computer to see where I'm at, what's going on, and I saw this video. So let's see here. When was it posted? The 16th. Alright, so let's see here. Exactly, Nina. All these racist royalists just want Harry and his biracial kids out the Los Angeles. Okay, Los was Los. King Charles, this will be your legacy. Since you became king, you take, snub, ignore, evict, uninvited your son to please racists. Okay, wow, it's pretty long. 3 minutes and 32 seconds. I didn't listen to it yet, so let's see what it is about.
I feel very sorry for Harry. I think he's a confused young man. He's not that young anymore. He's in his 30s, late 30s. But I think he's very confused about his position in the world and his role in life. It's almost as if somebody hit him over the head about 6 years ago, and he's been wandering around in a daze ever since, trying to find relevancy, trying to find out what he's doing.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly.
And he's been wandering around in a daze ever since, trying to find relevancy, trying to find out what he's doing.
It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
I don't believe he'd ever...
Well, let's just say, okay, let's say if that is the case. Because when you look at the way Harry was behaving prior to being married and raising a family, he was not in the state of self-being to be raising a family. Okay? So now that he changed his ways in a positive way, now he could raise a family. Not to these type of people's standard, because these people, especially the guy that's talking, that you never, at least, okay, from the outside, I never come across a video of him talking about Prince Andrew bad behaviors, the pedophile, the Schofield, the Dan Wooten things. I don't hear anybody or him or a video of him condemning such behaviors. Now there's Harry, who's raising a family. He's raising children to be good citizen. Okay, now he's in the state of mind where, yes, I'm ready to raise a family. But if back then he's drinking, going to nightclub, which was fine, it was absolutely fine, because he only had himself to worry about. He was young, he was having good time. Many of us have done many of the things that Harry have done, maybe not to the extent being so completely drunk like that. But then again, you know, not everybody have cameras on your face all the time. But he was not in the state to raise a family. Now when you look at him, he composed himself, he respect himself. Plus at that time he was looking to be better. It's just that the people around him was not helping him enough to be where he is at now. So he was searching.
Travel the world from top to bottom, literally. I'd hopscotched the continents. I'd met hundreds of thousands of people. I'd crossed paths with a ludicrously large cross-section of the planet's 7 billion residents. For 32 years, I'd watched a conveyor belt of faces pass by, and only a handful ever made me look twice. This woman stopped the conveyor belt. This woman smashed the conveyor belt to bits. I'd never seen anyone so beautiful. Why should beauty feel like a punch in the throat? Does it have something to do with our innate human longing for order? Isn't that what scientists say? And artists? That beauty is symmetry, and therefore represents a relief from the chaos?
Because you know the life that he was running, the life that he had was not right. Okay, and you have his family are not really helping. Okay, so yeah, I could agree with this guy to a certain extent, but the way that he thinks Harry, he would like Harry to be, this is not his life. The guy that's talking, it's not his life for him to say. Okay, look at him. Why don't he talk about the what's this guy, the Dan Wooten thing? Okay, putting cameras, recording people, and do all those, and compromising position and all of that. Why does he talk about this? Is this normal for him, instead of focusing on Harry, who's trying to help veterans who need that extra boost? Okay, so let's continue.
Ever be responsible enough to have a role in the British royal family in any way that influenced it, and for that reason I think the King is absolutely right to have started pushing away. Took Frogmore Cottage off him, told him he's going to lose his titles. That's absolutely right.
Okay, did they give Harry back his money? Because Harry paid for that renovation. They took it away from him when he spent his own money to renovating it, because people like him were getting on his case, or they want to get into his life. Okay, the same type of behavior of Dan Wootton, getting into people's lives. And Harry said no. So what is wrong with these people? They want to know everything. They literally put a video. Wasn't there a drone that was recording his private location where Meghan was with him and all of that, and they had to move? So these are the same type of behavior of these people. This is a baggage for God. This wasn't he the one? I'm not sure who. No, he sort of looked like the other guy who claimed about the balcony thing, and then next thing you know, there was somebody fell on the stairs. I don't know if that was him, but he's a baggage for God. How the hell do you want to get into people's life like that? May this, whatever he's saying, may it return to him. See how it feels. Because these people, they will only understand if they go through it themselves.
What he's doing, right, he's got to be left alone now to find his own way in life.
But he's not taking public money, is he? I mean, he's making
Good.
his own money by these other
That's
means.
right.
No, but he's desecrated the royal family.
Oh. No, he does not. No, he does not. Okay? Harry is the only person who actually put a straight face for the royal family outside of the UK. Okay, the kind of nonsense that's going on in the institution is a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Okay, but to this guy's standard, it seems like it's okay. But Harry is the only one who's actually representing the royal family in a reasonable, respectable manner. People need to understand that.
The royal family. Oh, come on, Nina. He tore the royal family to pieces while the late Queen Elizabeth II was alive.
No, the Queen was alive and the Queen was okay with it. Look at the lawsuit that Harry brought. The Queen was okay with it. So don't speak for the Queen right now. Harry knows what the Queen wanted from the get-go.
Can you imagine the things he said about the family?
A book about his family. His own father, King Charles, did exactly the same thing.
Harry slagged off the present Queen, Queen Camilla, and accused her of selling stories about him to fleets.
And then she did. If she has a problem with that, call Harry to court to debunk Harry. Call Harry to court. The court is open for everybody. What is wrong with these people? If she feels like Harry's lying, why doesn't she call Harry to court?
No doubt.
Absolutely disgraceful.
The fact that so many people in this poll are against Harry means that the palace machinery, aided by the media, has done a brilliant job. Has done an absolutely brilliant job of tearing them down. And if anybody has read Spare, which is his memoir, you will see detailed many instances where stories were leaked. There was no support.
That's right.
That really, Harry and Meghan were pushed out of this country because they were too popular.
Those were his allegations, Nina.
Oh my God. Common sense. I agree with this woman 1000%. Common sense. Yes, they were pushed out. Harry even put a statement as he was leaving. He tried to work with the institution, but everything he said, it was no.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. What I want to make clear is we're not walking away, and we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth and my military associations, but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back from all I have ever known, to take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. I was born into this life, and it is a great honour to serve my country and the Queen. When I lost my mum 23 years ago, you took me under your wing. You looked out for me for so long, but the media is a powerful force. And my hope is one day our collective support for each other can be more powerful, because this is so much bigger than just us.
But at some point, Harry has to live his life. Okay, you only have one life to live. When is he gonna live his life? Everything that he wanted to do. And remember, he's not the heir to the throne. He's in line of succession if something happened to the others. But he's not the direct in line to the throne. So at some point, he needs to live his life. Okay? So his life to live right now is right now. But the institution refused. And if he did do what they say, they will make his life a living hell. Look at this. He left the institution. Why is this guy talking about Harry still? Why is he talking about Harry? Harry's minding his own business. Since Spare, I haven't heard a damn thing about Harry saying anything about the institution. He promote his book, he move on with his life. And he's taking care of his business. Okay, this lady, what's her name? Is it Nina? Is that what she called? Is that her name? All right, let's continue. She makes sense.
They were too popular, and what has to happen is that the palace wheels have to keep turning and the line of succession has to continue. So you have Charles and you have Camilla, and incidentally Charles, by the way, having been told by his mother that she was fine with Queen Consort for Camilla, and by the way, the Queen didn't actually ever countenance Camilla for years and years and years. All Charles wanted was to be in the succession to his mother and have Camilla as his queen. Well, the Queen said Queen Consort. After she died, what was the first thing he did? He made her queen.
He was king. He's king now. He can
so what? So what? But he's gone against his own mother's wishes, and she was right for a reason.
The very idea.
Oh my goodness, she makes sense. I hope some of the people in the UK heard that. Majority of the people in the UK heard that.
Of removing someone from the line of succession, does that sit right with you? If you have a family,
it's absolutely right. I mean, he's been disgraceful in his behaviour.
Oh my God!
Nina's talking about his book Spare and talking about it as though it's all fact. It's all his allegations. He's been in court recently, Nina, and been told by a judge that it's very unlikely that these stories were leaked through phone tapping.
You work in Fleet Street.
I do.
You work in Fleet Street, and you know as well as I do that there are editors sitting there with royal stories in their safes, ready to run with them.
Yeah.
So that's the power they hold over the royal family.
I don't believe that there's any blackmail going on from Fleet Street to...
The Dan Wooten thing? Why is he not talking about the Dan Wooten thing then? Oh my goodness.
Royal family or any member.
Oh my goodness, this is good. Finally, somebody makes sense. Okay, this lady, what's her name? Is it Nina? Is that what she called? Is that her name? All right, let's continue. She makes sense.
They were too popular, and what has to happen is that the palace wheels have to keep turning and the line of succession has to continue. So you have Charles and you have Camilla, and incidentally, Charles, by the way, having been told by his mother that she was fine with Queen Consort for Camilla, and by the way, the Queen didn't actually ever countenance Camilla for years and years and years. All Charles wanted was to be in the succession to his mother and have Camilla as his queen. Well, the Queen said Queen Consort. After she died, what was the first thing he did? He made her queen.
He was king. He's king now. He can
so what? So what? But he's gone against his own mother's wishes, and she was right for a reason.
the very idea of removing someone from the line of succession. Does that sit right with you? If you have a family...
It's absolutely right. I mean, he's been disgraceful in his behaviour.
Oh, my God.
Nina's talking about his book Spare and talking about it as though it's all fact. It's all his allegations. He's been in court recently, Nina, and been told by a judge that it's very unlikely that these stories were leaked through phone tapping.
You work in Fleet Street.
I do.
You work in Fleet Street, and you know as well as I do that there are editors sitting there with royal stories in their safes, ready to run with them.
Yeah.
So that's the power they hold over the royal family.
I don't believe that there's any blackmail going on from Fleet Street to
Oh.
the royal family or any member.
Oh my goodness, this is good. Finally, somebody makes sense. Okay, let's read some of the comment. Okay, based on what I've learned from Spare, it's Charles and William who want Harry removed from the line of succession. Okay, LOS is line of succession. Okay, so that's what that means. Okay, line of succession, not the public. The public who care less about the royal family. So if it happened, I think Harry won't care at all. He's not gonna fight it. The odds of Harry becoming king are pretty slim. What are they so worried about? Okay, the whole thought of the little black blood and them kids, because if you remove them, 3 Andrews will be next. Mike seems to be okay with that. Alright, let's see here. They are hardline racist through and through. When Harry and Meghan first started dating, the fell was riddled with racist saying they didn't want a mixed race woman tainting the bloodline. Oh, that was way before. Go look at my video from PYTE. Alright, it has what did I call it? I'll put the thumbnails. It's not the one. It has been done before. Not that one. It's another one that talks about the papers. But they'll swear up and down they accepted her with open arms. Imagine having so many people in a tiny island insulting your mental acuity on a daily basis. He says Harry isn't that young anymore, but he himself is an overweight senior citizen. Blows my mind Harry doesn't have more severe mental issues because of so many years of abuse. Meanwhile, Harry hasn't said a word about those people in 7... That's what I was just saying. Since Harry finished promoting his book, he stopped. He's been minding his own business. So yet, these people, since Harry left the UK, they've been talking about him non-stop. And then you have the byline article. You don't hear them talk anything about it. Alright? Meanwhile, Harry hasn't said a word about those people in 7 months. He really doesn't care, which I find hilarious. By the way, God forbid, helicopter, there's this, boom, and the UK will have King Andrew on their hands because Harry will abdicate in a heartbeat. We don't know about that. Maybe it will be a way for him to set things straight. Maybe he'll use it to set things straight and then, you know, afterward get rid of everything. So, worry about the possibility of a pedo as king. About the abdication here, maybe, we don't know. But if that was me, I will use that as a way to set things straight. Okay, put certain information or put certain things where the royal family doesn't need the money of the people, you know, the taxpayers' money to take care of them, because he have shown he could do it without the taxpayers' money. Maybe set those things straight, and then, you know, then perhaps the how do you call this, the parliament will do the right thing and then get rid of it right away. Maybe that's the only thing. Alright, the most confused and mediocre bunch are William and Kate, who have not done anything concrete to impact even their subjects, save their performative PR stunt to look good. Santa Bali, Travelers, and Invictus are few of Harry's self-initiative projects making real impact globally. Yep. The irony, there's the laugh. His mother doesn't attend the wedding ceremony because it goes against her religious principles as head of Church of England. Then he goes beyond his supposedly beloved mother's wishes. Now his wife is queen. There's the laugh. The hypocrisy, the monarch. Alright, that's King Clown. When you have the bestseller book, it shows the majority supports good King Harry. Tell all his charities he's not relevant. I'm sure they will differ. Regardless of fake UK polls, he is still popular, gaining more support along the way after people reading the truth. Spare. What was it before I went on vacation? One of the tweets that I read was that when he was in Japan, Spare became, you know, I think out of 1,000, whatever the number was, it was in the thousand, it become 2-digit number. I think it was 27. Okay, 27th in the list of books in Japan. So which means people were buying the book while he was in Japan. Okay, so one of the things the squad said is that, so they're reading what his brother did before he comes. I guess William is gonna go to Japan. I don't know, I don't follow them, so I don't know when. So let me read what's there and then move. Okay, I had been planning to visit England, but after the way I saw how Harry and Meghan were treated by the family, press and others, I have a very negative impression of that island and its people. England has devalued itself in front of the world. Yeah, that's for sure. I will take some part of it back, not all of the people. I've seen and I've shared with you on Pure YTE, especially during the Euro 2020, when the black footballers missed their goal. Okay, what was the football player name again? I have at least 2 or 3 videos about him where they were really showing their racist self about him. What the community did, I think there was a mural about him. What's his name? Oh my god. He's done a lot. He paid he gave food to the schools during the pandemic, meal. Oh my god, it's a black footballer. I'll show the thumbnails. I think I have about 3 thumbnails about him. So there was a mural that was about that particular footballer. So the racists went and defaced it. So what the community did, they went around and to put flower, either they did something, I forgot how it went. It was during the Euro 2020. The community went beyond to show this is not what they are about. So there are some really good Brits out there. I've seen it, I've reported it, and I've shared all sides. Okay, I've shared all sort of things about the UK. Usually it's the most negative, but I've also shared the good part of the Brits. One, for example, is about that footballer, how the media and tabloid really went on about him, but the community, the voices that you will not hear, came out. Okay, young kids came out to talk in support of him, despite the fact that he did miss the goal. Okay, it's like, my goodness, it's almost like life and death for these people when it was about the football thing. Okay, I really need to move on. I'm already 27 minutes. Okay, yeah, so it's not all the Brits. Okay, for this comment, it's not all of the Brits, but I could understand not going over there to spend your money, because your money will pretty much will not go toward the people itself. Your tax, it will go to the institution, the elites and all of that. But I'm sorry for those who own businesses. I'm sorry, because this is the same reason I will not go to Florida. My cousin just moved over there, and for our summer vacation, I already told her I was gonna go, but when I saw what's going on in Florida, I decided not to. I'm not gonna spend my money over there, go to Walt Disneyland. I know my kids will have enjoyed it. I'd rather go to California instead. Alright, so let's tweet comment under this. Let's see here. Sam, and I have family that lives there, told them we'll just have to see each other in our home country. Ditto. Yeah, it's almost the same thing. They don't want to show humanity some kind of respectable way, so don't go spend your money. This is the way I see it. The same thing that happened in Florida, we have it in the US too. Okay, but then it's very strange. Where do they come up with the funds to have those old dinosaurs who appear on trash talk show to make wild speculation and attempt to play psychiatrist about someone they don't even know? United States is far from perfect, but my gosh, this is weird to me. Okay, the only one that tore the royal family to pieces was Camilla. Diana's boys and the monarchy have never recovered. Royal family has lost prestige, cachet, respect, and likability because of Camilla. The homewrecker is at head of it. His sons were right. Charles never should have married her. I think it was Harry who told Charles not to marry her. That, you know, whatever he's been doing with her, he could still do it, but don't make her the wife. But hey, and I think he's just trapped, that's all. All right, let's see this and then that's it. All right. Then, as a citizen, the British media should completely leave him alone with his wife. Removal from the succession, then obsession from Britain should end. Leave them all. So whatever the Parliament said, and I think Harry will agree. Because right now he's minding his own business. Okay, they can't deal with the fact that Harry is gone, and it's clear he's never coming back. Not coming back in the manner of working royal and putting up with the ish his family put him and Meghan through. Okay, this old man thinks his opinion is very important. Okay, let's end with that. There's more comment, but let's move on. So while I'm editing part of the video that I recorded this morning, and I remember listening to this while I was on vacation, and I thought I'll record it and plug it in with another video that I just recorded separately. So let me introduce this to you guys. Okay, when you hear ordinary men and women whom the royal family claim to rule speak about the injustice of Harry's situation, you know for sure that the royal family with their clownish titles have 100% lost the plot. Prince Harry is loved. 3 minutes and 51 seconds.
The royal family should reinstate Prince Harry's military honours, and they should honour and respect whatever path they choose to take. And now, the qualification that I give behind my reasoning is that I'm a veteran, and as Prince Harry was, I served in Afghanistan on the ground, did 2 tours, just the same as Prince Harry, and actually one of the tours that he was on overlapped with one of mine.
Really?
Now, anyone that served will tell you that the Iraq and Afghan conflict, no matter your political view, it was horrendous. Yeah. The toll on your mental health, the toll on those who didn't come back, the families, life and limb. Now, Prince Harry, let's not forget, he did two of those tours. So I believe he's paid his debt to his country. And if you look all throughout history, the physical security of a nation and its citizens have been guaranteed by young men and women who have been willing to go put their lives at risk and pay the ultimate price, which he has done.
And one of my recording I did today, I don't know which video, if it's on our part of service video or the one I'm editing right now, I did say something in a sort of that no wars is needed. Okay, if people learn to talk, negotiate, and do their thing verbally, many of these wars will not be necessary. Now, to add to that is that what I've realized is that it's those rich and powerful people who probably are somewhat friends and some sort of connection, but on the surface what we're seeing is disagreement, but in the background they're just using our kids for money, for whatever dispute they created among themselves. Yes, sometimes war is necessary, but the most important thing that any leader should learn to do is learn to negotiate, talk, okay, learn to compromise and learn to move in a way where no wars will be needed. All right, so this vet is talking about Prince Harry's situation with the royal family, and he agrees, he disagrees, I should say, with what and how the country and the royal family is treating Harry. All right, so let's continue. Listen.
So before anything else, I do urge people to never forget that and to remember that.
Are you surprised by how easily and how quickly that has been overlooked?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I am now. Thanks to you, I'm flipping reeling. You're absolutely on it.
I lost another similarity I have with Prince Harry is that I lost my mum at a young age, so I understand what it feels like, and the statements that they're kind of blaming this on Prince Harry not taking it well, not taking his mother's loss. I think that's a real slap in the face to a man who served on the ground. He was a platoon commander. He led men in action.
This part is very crucial. Like I said, I listened to it while I was on vacation. It's very crucial when they're saying like Harry cannot make up his mind. It's Meghan who's like somewhat controlling him and everything. This part is very, very important. The way this vet is talking about Harry. Let's listen. I'm gonna move it. I'm not gonna move it back. when I'm editing, I'll just move it back slightly.
On men and women, so on his first tour, and then on his second tour, it was an Apache pilot. So the thought that everyone blaming Meghan and you know, saying that a man who has done such incredible things under the intensity of combat cannot make his own decisions is ludicrous.
Can I ask you a tricky question? And if you don't have an answer to it, then don't be embarrassed to say so. How? Because I think a lot of us with no military service, which is of course almost all of us, and then when you expand that to include people who didn't do a tour in Afghanistan or Iraq, it's almost everybody. How insulated was he by dint of his status from some of the dangers and realities that you, for example, would have been exposed to?
I can't.
Fair play.
To be honest, I can't speak. I can't give you an accurate answer because I didn't. You know, it was a very well kept. His safety was guaranteed, but he was not insulated. I don't believe he was insulated.
Well, I mean, an IED or a missile attack upon a military base in Afghanistan is not going to be able to work out who's a member of the royal family and who isn't. Is it?
Absolutely. So, in my view,
it's the ludicrous of those papers, the establishment, the media is putting some nonsense in people's head, as if when they throw a bomb, okay, like the bomb will differentiate who's who and who they should hit or who should they not hit. When you're at war, alright, as long as the opposite side. So this is very important as well, a very good point that O'Brien raised. But the institution, the media, and the UK make it seem like they were protecting Harry as if, oh, Harry cannot go here, Harry cannot go there because he's the royal family. But yet, if this is the case, they will not need his team at all. Alright, so what good will it be if this is the kind of protection that they were giving him while he's in a war zone? Alright, so let's continue. Listen.
I'd say no, he wasn't shielded. He was on the ground patrolling. Yeah. It was just that the only shielding he had was that the press weren't able to let anyone know. Otherwise, obviously, he would be a massive target. Now, on the second tour that he did...
Just let me pause you there, because obviously he would be a massive target.
That's
and that
right.
just puts a completely different complexion on their complaints about not being afforded royal protection on Civvy Street, doesn't it? Why would he be more of a target in a theatre of war than he would be outside a theatre of war? He's a target for the same reason, isn't he?
Yeah, so can I just...
Yes, of course you can.
Just touch on this point. I thought about the irony of the fact that here is a royal who fought for his country and risked his life to protect his country. He is now having his own protection withdrawn from him.
This is very crucial. This vet speaks volume. It speaks volume. It's very ashamed to see some people in the UK don't appreciate what Harry have done. And meanwhile, despite that, can you imagine this? Despite all the negativity, the media, all sort of people with the exception of some like O'Brien, okay, who see the common sense of things, okay, but all those who have the mic, who have the platform to help protect Harry, but instead they join in to bash on him. My goodness. All right, let's see here. Losing the people too. So this comment is making reference to this, where that the royal family with their clownish titles have 100% lost the plot. And this one says losing the people too. Okay, that hits hard. Thank you to all those that have shown up for them when his own family wouldn't. That's for sure. King Charles III is a pathetic, vindictive man-child. Princess Diana was on point when she said he's not fit to be king.
Do you think the Prince of Wales will ever be king?
I don't think any of us know the answer to that. And obviously it's a question that's in everybody's head. But who knows? Who knows what fate will produce? Who knows what circumstances will provoke?
But you would know him better than most people. Do you think he would wish to be king?
There was always conflict on that subject with him when we discussed it. And I understood that conflict because it's a very demanding role, being Prince of Wales, but it's equally a more demanding role being king. And being Prince of Wales produces more freedom now, and being king would be a little bit more suffocating. And because I know the character, I would think that the top job, as I call it, would bring enormous limitations to him. And I don't know whether he could adapt to that.
And I must add, neither of Prince William.
Would it be your wish that when Prince William comes of age that he were to succeed the Queen rather than the current Prince of Wales?
My wish is that my husband finds peace of mind. And from that follows other things, yes.
That's for sure. Listen to the fact, UK, not the noise. Harry should be celebrated, not maligned, for his service. The truth matters. It's truth-telling time, UK. Okay, bless that guy who called, that's for sure. He was emotionally but able to get the most crucial point across. Harry served to protect his country, and now his protection is being taken away from him. Yeah. This is an article from The Guardian. In the meantime, was that word by word, Sophie digs itself deeper into trouble. Okay, when was that? Okay, I don't know anything about that. Well, there are sensible, fair people on the Salt Island. Good to know. But does one really have to be a veteran to know the courage needed to lead a platoon and to possibly death when you're the prince that was designated to be media whipped when Daddy and Beau misbehave? Wow, very articulate. We see you, Harry. Heartbroken. Okay, I got nothing but love for Harry. And I think what happened is that from doing those tweets every day for you guys as much as I can, the little people, the Brits, the one who don't have the platform, the huge platform like the well-established people and the upper class have, but when they do come to some platform, even though there's some haters who claim they this, they that, but it's usually one of those who form bats, okay, who create to be seen on social media as if they are individual, but they're still part of the machinery. But when you look at very well-minded people, individuals, sometimes when they do come on social media, on Twitter, they do understand Harry's point of view. They do understand what Harry is going through. It's just that the noise over there, it's overtaken by the people who are on the establishment, those who have the mic. Look at Dan Wootton and video one. I don't know if I'm gonna connect these two videos together, where in one of those tweets there's Dan Wootton who byline have shown proof, okay, of all those misbehaving, all of those unethical behaviors he has done. You didn't hear the platform talk about him at all. The mainstream media, you didn't hear a damn thing about it. He stayed quiet, stayed low for a while. I don't know when I was going, if he was on social media or on TV in the UK. I'm not from the UK, so I don't know. Okay, but at least now I'm seeing him coming back again as if nothing happened. Okay, they all are baggage for God. And I'm sorry for some of the Brits, well-minded, respected Brits, who don't have the same power, the force to show that they are not part of this nonsense, this mess, this infected of, and how will you say it? Those nasty behaviors, battle feeders, because not all of the UK is like that. I'm sorry some of you are mesh into it, because I could understand some of you, because when we have to be careful in the US, if Trump get in power again, we all will fall under that same umbrella. But when he was president, this is how all those well-minded Americans fall into the nonsense of what Trump was spewing. Okay, so this is why we're fighting right now. So, you know, the only thing I could say for the well-minded Brits is that may God help you in whichever way, and hopefully the light is shine upon the UK for this nonsense to stop. Even in the US, hopefully we get through it in the US, because we are fighting very hard right now. Alright, we need, the US need the same kind of prayer I'm sending for the UK as well. Alright, so there's more comment that's set, and I'm in the middle of editing. So let me get back to my original editing, and then maybe I'll input some of the things that I forgot what I came for on Twitter. But whatever, that's it. Today is August 17th. This is like, I don't know, maybe my third video. So I just posted this on my community board, and I was reading some of the comments as I was posting it on my community board, and I'm very tempted to listen to what they had to say. So instead of waiting in the morning to do brand new recording, let's see what this is all about. Okay, and right now it's 8:21. I have the computer all to myself for today, and I'm in the middle of editing whatever I've recorded since 2 a.m. and yeah, I'm curious to hear what they have to say here. Okay, when I say I love a good read, I freaking love a good read. The Way to Beauty shut them all up and left no crumbs makes me so happy. The $1 million question, I've been waiting patiently for someone to ask, why do you all care? She entitled to live her life on her. There's that. Okay, so let's see here.
To show off the little circlet on her wrist. I mean, it's just completely set up and
worlds. But my big question is, even if she does have this thing on her wrist, why do you all care? Haven't you all been saying for months and months you want them to do their own thing, find their own way of making money, and stay away from the royal family? This is something that's clearly personal to her. It's a health and wellness thing, and she has it on her wrist. Even if, hypothetically, she was promoting this company, she has a Hermes scarf around her neck. Is she promoting that? She has a Maximara coat. Is she promoting that? I think it was just an excuse for the media to look at this thing, but not everybody knows what it is, so they've focused on that, and now they're trying to pretend as if Meghan's doing this for some commercial thing. She hasn't even officially announced that she's going to relaunch the TIG. I hope that she does, and I hope that when she does, she doesn't get picked apart week on week on week by just being out and about running errands. And we all know how lucrative a picture of Meghan Markle is. Look at it, it's like front page everywhere, everybody's talking about it. So why is it so hard to understand that paparazzi might actually be there waiting for her, because they know that it's a big payday whenever they get a picture of her coming out of the doctors or just going to the farmer's market?
Well, that's a good point, Carl.
What the? Okay, that's very good. I like her response. I thought there was much more to it, but she did pretty well. But the main thing that I have here, I understand what she's talking about Meghan. Yeah, she has the right to live her own life and do what she pleases. You know, she's a mother, she has her own life, she's running errands like she said. I'm 1000% agree with her. My question to this here, what is he doing on air? Martin Brenning, what is he doing on air? So he stayed quiet. I don't know what was being said while I was on vacation. Was he online since then? So the UK let him slid by, don't say anything, don't accuse him of the wrongdoing that he was doing. Meanwhile, he's back on people's face. What in the hell is going on? And actually, the video that I'm editing right now, it's one guy who's making a whole fuss and puff about Harry doing this, Harry doing that. So there's this Martin Brenning here with the amount of nonsense that Byline have. It's not nonsense, the amount of nonsense that he had done and Byline have uncovered and made it public, and then the UK accept that? Are you freaking kidding me? Putting videos and recording people doing things in their private ways and stuff like that, this is okay to the UK? Wow. What's the other picture here? Okay, so this is the picture of Meghan doing her own thing, minding her own business. Okay, when was that? So there she is here. Okay, so what's the problem? Is that the same picture when I was on vacation I saw? Okay, so let's read some of the comment. Okay, I love it. There's the clap. Wait, was that that's what I'm wondering. Yes, it is. So he is shamelessly back to his old games like nothing ever happened. What the F kind of a country is Britain? That's what I'm saying. Okay, sadly for Britain, it's sliding down the slippery slope at a fast pace. However, not many people are aware of it. If the poverty rate increases, the Windsors will be no more. My goodness, he should be in, yeah, he should be in jail. My goodness, love it. Why does Sleazy then have Princess Meghan's name in his mouth? I mean, if he keeps on really pushing the button and Meghan finally speak, because when Meghan speaks, everybody listen. If Meghan come out and say, you know, talk about what Byline had uncovered about Dan Wootton, I wonder how will he like that. I mean, some people have no shame because Meghan is minding her own business. She has not, that Dan Wootton has nothing on Meghan except, you know, spewing nonsense because I don't know, ever since she's been with Harry, that's all they care about. But if Meghan dare open her mouth and talk about what Byline have just, what was it? Is it 8 parts? The last part I haven't read yet. If she talks about what Byline has spoken about, the allegedly they found about, the whole world will be talking about it. So if I was him, I'll just shut my mouth. Or at least if someone, if Meghan is in an interview or something like that, I hope the interviewer talk to Meghan about what Byline have uncovered and say about the 8-part series of Byline uncover about Dan Wootton. I would love that. I would love that because this guy these people don't know peace. They don't know peace. Okay, there's that. Why does Sleazy then have Princess Meghan's name in his mouth? Okay, why has he not been let go? I love the girl defending our princess, but that predator should be the last person on earth discussing anyone. That's what I'm saying. Okay, yes, we love you, Meghan. There's that. Love a good read. Okay, there's the clap. Brilliant. Love this lady. We're gonna be waiting a while. Those are the questions they don't want to answer. I thought Dan Martin said he was focusing on doing work with value, like focusing on the corrupt politician. Why is this criminal still focusing on Meghan? Okay, right on. Whoever the lady is, big up, big up. Yes, tell them. Talk up the thing. Okay, talk up the thing. Real talk, love it. Why? There's the fire. She nailed it. That was very satisfying to watch. I wonder what those other obsessed hate for hire people on that platform had to say to that. Alright, so that's it. I was curious because when I was posting that video, the tweet, and I was reading some of the comments, I wasn't sure what it was about. But okay, so this is off my list. It's not gonna be on the list for tomorrow. Alright, let me get back to my original recording. Alright, that's it for now.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
Go,
You are all in this together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.